Hello and welcome to today's episode, where we're diving into a topic that might not be on your radar, but is incredibly important: advocacy for better insurance policies for service dogs in Australia. Sometimes we think we've got everything neatly mapped out, only to realize there's so much more beneath the surface. That was me about 3 months ago. I got a call that honestly turned my plans upside down. The project I was working on hit a roadblock. And I was baffled. Let me take you back to where it all started. I met Lucy, an extraordinary woman who trains service dogs through one of Australia's top assistance dog organizations. We were at a cozy cafe in Sydney, sipping coffee as she told me about Max, her remarkable golden retriever. He's not just a pet, he's a lifeline for people with disabilities. Lucy shared the immense challenges of finding insurance for dogs like Max. "You wouldn't believe the hoops we have to jump through," she said. "It's not just about covering their medical needs. These dogs are vital for our clients' independence." Max had undergone 18 months of rigorous training, costing over $30,000. Yet getting insurance that acknowledged his specialized training was nearly impossible. As Lucy put it, standard pet insurance treats him like any other dog. But he's more than that. He's a medical device, a companion, a safety net. Her words were eye-opening. I realized that while some policies existed, they were far from adequate. It was clear that insurance companies didn't fully grasp the essential role these dogs play in supporting people with disabilities. This disconnect was particularly surprising given Australia's progressive disability legislation, like the Disability Discrimination Act of 1992. Yet, our insurance frameworks lagged behind. So, I decided to delve into the world of service dog insurance. Advocacy, I thought, might be the key to bridging this gap. During my research, I found some startling statistics. Australia has over 9,000 registered assistance dogs, yet less than 40% have comprehensive insurance that meets their specific needs. I gathered a group of passionate professionals and dog trainers to discuss these glaring gaps. We quickly identified a common thread: the financial burden on owners, from routine vet visits to emergency care. Recent data showed these costs could average $500 to $600 per visit for general pets and much more for assistance animals. Specialized care for these dogs, like orthopedic assessments and preventive treatments, can easily reach $2,000 to $3,000 annually. Fleeing a bit like David going up against Goliath? We arranged meetings with key insurance companies. Our research showed that although the Australian pet insurance market was valued at around $200 million in 2024, service dogs made up less than 2% of covered animals, despite their crucial role in their handlers' lives. Lucy emphasized during our strategy sessions, we need to show them why these dogs are different. Their emotional and economic value is immense. Consider this. Assistance dogs can reduce their handlers' reliance on support services by up to 68%, according to studies from the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare. This represents significant savings to both individuals and the healthcare system. The day of the meeting arrived, and I was a bundle of nerves. I'd prepared all these statistics, like how there are over 20,000 assistance dogs globally, with Australia having a growing number. But as I stood to speak, I realized they wanted more than numbers. They needed stories, real stories that showed the human impact behind the data. So I talked about Max and how he helps a young boy with autism navigate his world, providing stability and comfort in ways meds never could. I described Max guiding the boy through crowded spaces, interrupting harmful behaviors, and even helping him communicate at school. As I spoke, the room went silent. I could see the understanding dawn on their faces. It was a powerful moment that shifted the discussion. I also shared Sarah's story, a veteran with PTSD whose German Shepherd Bella was trained to detect anxiety attacks. When Bella needed surgery for a torn ACL, The $8,000 cost merely forced Sarah to give her up. Losing Bella would have been devastating, not just emotionally, but practically, as Sarah's independence relied on her. But advocacy is never a straight path. Some companies were surprisingly resistant, arguing that expanded coverage would raise costs for everyone. I felt frustration bubbling up. Didn't they see the bigger picture? Surely long-term societal benefits outweigh short-term financial risks. It's a common challenge in insurance advocacy, where consumer groups often contend with powerful coalitions prioritizing short-term gains over lasting social impact. One particularly tough moment came when a senior underwriter questioned if service dogs provided benefits beyond emotional support. This revealed a fundamental misunderstanding of what distinguishes assistance dogs. Under Australian law, these dogs have public access rights because they perform specific, trained tasks that mitigate their handler's disability, whether it's guiding someone who is blind or alerting to seizures. After the meeting, I found myself back at the cafe with Lucy. "What if we're not making a difference?" I admitted, feeling deflated. But Lucy, with fierce determination, reminded me that advocacy is about persistence. Every small win counts. Even the Disability Discrimination Act took years of advocacy and amendments to become what it is today. Lucy shared insights from her network of trainers across Australia. In Queensland, mobility dog handlers successfully negotiated a pilot program with a regional insurer. In Victoria, advocates are working to adapt similar initiatives. These incremental changes are steps in the right direction, evidence that persistence pays off. As I reflect on this journey, it's clear that the road to better insurance policies for service dogs is long and winding. But with each story shared, each meeting held, we inch closer to a future where these incredible animals have the support they need. So, if you're moved by these stories, consider supporting advocacy efforts in your area. Together, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those who rely on these amazing animals. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this discussion as enlightening and inspiring as I did. Until next time, take care and keep pushing for positive change.